It shows Wendy how to use the hotel. She uses its portal abilities consciously or unconsciously. Jack never enters the kitchen except unconsciously, dragged by Wendy. He also never leaves the hotel until film's end. Kubrick elevates continuity tricks here into a form of phenomenology. The film is littered with perhaps hundreds of changed orientations of props, directions, entrances. Look closely when watching. Halloran opens a door to the freezer on one side of this hallway, and they exit another freezer opposite. Notice the shift in door orientation entrance to exit. Kubrick is proving the hotel is a shifting corporeal engine. At times the doorways have no obvious logic, they are portals. The kitchen itself has illogical openings across the entire hotel. During the film's climax, Kubrick probes other accessways. Wendy will leave the lobby area, enter a red mask of the hotel, the doorway to the kitchen, not an elevator, behind the Ullman office, and will reappear a few seconds later across it in a darkened cobweb version of the lobby. The final key shift occurs during this lobby split. The mirror entrance to the maze, which was first shown in daylight 90 degrees away, aimed away from the hotel, at film's end it now faces the hotel. Kubrick shows you a right pan to it. Danny has properly perceived the maze's final opening. By studying both outer mirror and inner, his disoriented father is lured here, to an entrance to the maze only Danny seems to be aware of. Wendy's moments later discovery of the lobby moonlit and cobwebbed is, like the alternate maze entrance, the hotel's mirror alternate state. This is the other side of the hotel's language, for lack of a better word. The language Danny understands, Jack does not, and Wendy patently avoids until the ending. Frozen meat suggests this is another room full of red, yet frost covers it with white. Containment of death that Jack will die in outside. Monochromatic like the black and white images. They enter the dry storage room, an impossible space that overlaps the freezer they've just departed. In storage room, zoom reveals Halloran mirrored with Calumet baking powder. It appears both on his left and ours at right angles. Yellows, oranges and greens counterpoint frozen monochrome hell of frozen storage. Music begins. Cue that shining is occurring, and it seems to be the result of the visual mirroring between Halloran and the only modernized Indian cartoon, an unanimated archetype color image of a Native American just behind him. Calumet was the Iroquois' peace war pipe that became a contract between French and tribe, later dismantled by US government's evolving policies, despite the contract's acceptance into treaties. Jack will be imprisoned here, a step away from the frozen mirror he ends inside, mirrored in time. The kitchen's maze is mirrored against the one outside. Danny's favorite food is French fries and ketchup, yellow and red. Dry goods storage is asymmetrical. The mausoleum-like cold storage for frozen meat is symmetric. Brilliant sequence. The group's departure, leaving Danny and Halloran behind, suggests Halloran can still hear them as they depart out of earshot. They never leave his head or and dissolve. Both parties are reversed from one another, ending with a dissolve of the group farther away into Halloran's head, who begins with "Do you know how I knew your name?" as Kubrick has just slyly explained visually how he does. Subtle, distant voices are heard throughout this scene. Arrow forms are now aimed downwards, the knives on the background's column pointing towards the underworld. Favorite flavor is chocolate. Inadvertent result of America's conquest is West's discovery of cocoa, Aztec Cortez. Halloran is revealed as protector, first testing validity of Tony's advice. Then discoursing about the overlook, discouraging his curiosity. Danny has eaten from a silver cup chalice that he surrounds with his arms. Both use hands posed in signaling manner of discussion. Initial one indicates collective prayer, they mutate per shot, defying continuity. Danny is a seer, like Halloran. Objects and heads shine here. Shine in Danny's chalice and Halloran's head, and their shapes intentionally similar.
Well, you know, Doc, when something happens, it can leave a trace of itself behind. Say like if someone burns toast. Well, maybe things that happen leave other kind of traces behind. Not things that anyone can notice, but things that people who shine can see. Just like they can see things that haven't happened yet. Well, sometimes they can see things that happened a long time ago. I think a lot of things happened right here in this particular hotel over the years. And not all of them was good.
What about room 237?
Room 237?
You're scared of room 237, ain't you?
No, I ain't.
Mr. Allen, what is in room 237?
Nothing. There ain't nothing in room 237. But you ain't got no business going in there anyway. So stay out. You understand? Stay out.
In starlit nights I saw you, so cruelly you kissed me. Your lips a magic world, your sky all hung with jewels. The killing moon will come too soon. Fate up against your will. Through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. the thick